After an amazing 2021 season and the toe-to-toe fight between Hamilton and Verstappen, 2022 hasn't disappointed us so far. Ferrari is back on the top, fighting for both the championships. Red Bull has continued where they left off with an even stronger pace. And Mercedes is struggling for the first time after 8 years of continued dominance in the sport. Midfield teams have also succeeded a lot, with Alfa Romeo and HAAS showing decent performance, as McLaren and Alpine are in a very close fight with each other. With that being said, the 2023 driver market is slowly but surely starting to receive its final form. But what drivers should we pay the most attention to for the 2023 season? Stick around with us till the end of this video, as we're going to talk about our expectations from the drivers in 2023. Number 9. Verstappen. Of course, the first driver that we're going to talk about is Verstappen. The reigning world champion is currently holding a huge lead over his teammate Perez, as after Silverstone and his P7 finish due to a damage limitation race, after running over a carbon plate and damaging his underfloor, the Dutch still sits at 34 points ahead of the Mexican and 38 ahead of Leclerc. The Dutchman doesn't seem to stop anywhere soon, as Red Bull has developed machinery that is taking away everything it can from every race. Yes, the car had some reliability issues, but so did Ferrari, and the Italian team was much more frequent in this matter. With Red Bull being the first and only team to understand the porpoising problem to the maximum of it, the chances that they'll continue developing their car for the next season are really high. Apart from Verstappen, they have a huge addition in Perez, who is holding on to the number 2 spot in the Drivers' Championship after securing P2 when being P17 in lap 6 after changing its front wing. Number 8. Leclerc. Verstappen's main rival in 2022 is Leclerc, and we expect this to continue in the 2023 season. However, the Monegasque is constantly on the receiving end of the problems, as he hasn't managed to fully understand his team's tactics as they cost him some valuable points in Monaco and here in Silverstone. By not pitting under the safety car, Leclerc was on old, hard tires after the restart, and it caused him to drop from P1 to P4, managing to cut the lead to Verstappen by just 6 points. Leclerc's potential is surely there. He has the championship mentality, and he is one driver that everybody expects to win a championship at some point in his career. However, doing that with Ferrari might seem impossible due to the team constantly messing up their own tactics and not being able to provide him with a championship-winning car. With that being said, if Ferrari can sort out their problems, Leclerc will surely be up there for the championship fight in 2023, just like he is now in 2022. Number 7. Carlos Sainz. Carlos Sainz Jr. is the other driver in Ferrari, and although the Spaniard made some mistakes so far in the 2022 season, he has shown potential to be the number 1 choice. But the potential was mostly overshadowed by his mistakes, and his most recent one is that he lost slightly control of his car when being chased by Max Verstappen, as he went outside of the track and had to leave the lead to the Dutch. Apart from that, he also spun in turn 4 in Barcelona, which eventually cost him some decent points as he had to be satisfied with P4. Crashes also happened in Australia and Italy, and in Baku, he was forced to retire due to reliability issues, just like Leclerc. If the team decides to give them equal chance, it's most likely that Sainz will be an improved driver compared to 2022, and that he'll be able to take it up to Leclerc. He showed that he doesn't have intentions to be the number 2 in the team by passing Leclerc, although he was said to hold Hamilton behind so that Leclerc can take advantage in the front. Sainz also defied his team orders in Monaco when he was told to pit, as he made a judgment that the track will dry much faster than anticipated and he'll go straight to the hard compound tires from intermediates. Leclerc didn't do this, as he lost P1 and has fallen up to P4, a similar situation to Silverstone. So it would be nice to see how Sainz will do in the 2023 season, as so far he is not as far away from the championship fight as everybody thought in the beginning. Number 6. George Russell. One driver that showed massive potential prior to its signing and has been able to absolutely overperform his car is George Russell in Mercedes. The rookie was expected to lean back and learn from Hamilton as much as he can, as the 7-time world champion was set on his revenge mission to win the 8th title. However, the younger Briton is currently much better than his teammate, as prior to Silverstone, he was the only driver on the grid to finish in the top 5 spots in every race so far. If things were to be judged by the 2022 season, Russell's future in Mercedes is bright. The team doesn't have the most competitive car for this season, but for 2023 things could change drastically. The data gathered from this season will help the team in improving their car, and Russell shouldn't be disappointed by the final outcome of the 2022 season, as he has already outperformed the car and has delivered much more than everybody anticipated him to. Number 5. Lewis Hamilton. Russell's colleague, Hamilton, is also on the lookout for the 2023 season. Although many speculated that he could get sacked by Mercedes mid-season due to his low performance issues, such as Bernie Ecclestone, Toto Wolff discarded these possibilities and said that they are far away from becoming true. The 7-time world champion had lost the title in a very controversial manner last year at the last race and at the very last lap from Verstappen. So his coming back here was a revenge mission at its finest, and although he is far away from the championship fight as of now, nobody should write him off for the next season. Number 4. Lando Norris and McLaren. One team that has declined in performance this year was McLaren. The team is shakingly holding on to the P4 spot in the Constructors, as Alpine has improved much more compared to them and is looking to secure their spot. The team had high hopes for this season after the 1-2 finish in Monza, and Norris securing the pole position in Russia last year in the tricky conditions. However, after Sochi, the team has slowly degraded in performance and lost the P3 spot to Ferrari, but had very high hopes for the 2022 season. Ricciardo has disappointed very much this season with his performance, as Norris has started to improve his performance slowly but surely. Although Norris will have a hard time fighting for the championship battle next year, he will surely be up there in the top 5 spots if McLaren finds a way to fix the car and improve its quality of it. Ricciardo can also help the team, but they are putting their hopes more on Norris, as he has proven to be a more reliable choice than the Aussie. Number 2 and 3. Pierre Gasly and Esteban Ocon. Another pair of young drivers that we need to look up for the 2023 season are Gasly and Ocon. Both of them will continue to race for the teams they are racing for now, with Ocon having a deal until 2024 and Gasly continuing with AlphaTauri for 1 more year. These drivers are far away from the championship battle, but if they could prove their worth in the next season with some decent performance just like Gasly did last year, they will have a legitimate shot at a bigger team. Ocon was a member of the Mercedes Driver Academy before moving to Renault, now Alpine, and the Silver Arrows may look up to him as the replacement for Hamilton when the time comes. So 2023 could be the season where these drivers need to step up their game and be more consistent. Number 1. Oscar Piastri. Finally, if Piastri makes the debut in F1 next year with Williams, it could be a very huge thing for him to prove himself in an F1 car. The team will likely switch to Renault aggregates too as part of the deal, as Piastri is currently the reserve driver for Alpine Renault. Piastri would spend 2 years in Williams so that he could gather experience, as the plan of Alpine would be to replace Alonso with Piastri when the time comes. Therefore, if Oscar Piastri manages to receive a seat in Williams next year, things will be very challenging for him in the first 2 years. We hope that we have kept your attention until the end of this video. Who do you think will be the next big shot in 2023? If you think that we forgot some drivers, or you have a different opinion than ours regarding these drivers, let us know in the comments, as we truly appreciate your honesty and feedback.